Yo, hello there, and what's going on YouTube, and welcome back my fellow pixelators, and welcome back to another Minecraft pixel tutorial build on Team 7's Eyes. As you know, in the last part, which I believe it was part 16, we completed all of the outline for Team 7 Eyes, which now means we move into the shading again. So for today's shading in, we're just going to do all of Sakura, and then we'll do all of Sasuke in the next tutorial, and then all of Naruto, and then all of Kakashi. So with that note being said, for the blocks for Sakura that we're going to be needing, which there will be a list on the screen, so you can pause the video and grab the blocks, and the blocks we are going to be using is pink concrete powder, pink concrete, birchwood planks, block of quartz, light grey concrete powder, snow, green concrete powder, grey concrete, and finally but not least our black concrete powder. And there we go. So once again, there will be a list on the screen, so you can pause the video anytime to grab those blocks. If you have already grabbed all the coloured blocks, first two blocks we're going to be using are going to be our pink concrete powder and our pink concrete. So we're going to be doing all the hair first, and then we'll be doing the eyes, and then we'll be doing the face details last. So first thing first, once you have taken out your blocks, we're going to zoom down to the bottom to Sakura, and we're going to fly to the very left hand side, which is the side we're going to be starting at. So flying all the way to the left, taking out our pink concrete, we're going to be going into the very edge section right here, as you can see. And we're going to fly to the very bottom of the build, and we want to fly to the right to the one black concrete line that's going up right here. So this is the black concrete line for the hair, as you can see. And we're going to fly to the very bottom right corner at the bottom right here. And there we go. Once we've flown in this bottom right corner, with our pink concrete, we're going to place 3 going to the left from this bottom right corner. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. As you can see, we've got 3 flat going along right here. And once you place this 3 going along right here, from the third one you place going along, we're going to place 16 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And there you go. Once you place 16 going up, do an upright diagonal from here, just like so. And then from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 12 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And there you go. Once you place 12 on top, do another upright diagonal. And this time from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 9 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there you go. Once you place 9 on top, do another upright diagonal. And then from this upright diagonal this time, we're going to place 7 going up from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And there you go. Once you place 7 on top, do another upright diagonal. And this time from this upright diagonal, we're going to place 4 on top of here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there you go. As you can see, that 4 you place going up right there should connect to the top of this black concrete. And if you place 2 pink concrete going to the right from that 4 you just placed on top, 1 and 2, as you can see, it does connect all the way to the upper right corner right here. And when it does, that means we're doing everything correctly so far. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out our pink concrete powder. For those that don't know usually what we do, we take our other shaded block and we're just going to mark it out on the other side. Which in this case, our pink concrete powder, as you can tell, is going to go on the left hand side, because pink concrete is going to go on the right, as we have placed 2 in the bottom. So with our pink concrete powder, on the left hand side of the pink concrete, we're just going to mark it out. Just like so. So this makes things a lot easier. And the reason to why it makes it easier is because essentially we don't have to count out the pink concrete powder, and it also shows where each area goes. So as you can see, pink concrete is going all to the right, and our pink concrete powder is going all to the left. And it basically means we make no mistakes as well, because in case you're with your pink concrete and you're filling this in and you accidentally spilt over, you wouldn't know if you didn't have this pink concrete powder here if you actually went wrong and accidentally spilt too far over. Or if you did realise you go wrong, that means you would have to come back to the video, which you probably just don't want to do that. And that makes things a lot easier because that shows which area goes where, what colour essentially goes in which area. Now once we have done this, one more thing we're going to do in this area as well, We're just going to cap off the very left end side with pink concrete powder as well, just so we've got this marked out for us. So just going to start from the bottom, go all the way to the top on the very edge. And there we go. So as you can see, pink concrete powder is going all inside that area, and pink concrete to the right. Once we have done this, once again, as I said, we're going to just do the hair first. So we're going to move over to the right a bit, and we got this one strip of hair coming down right here going into the eye. Once again, we're going to need our 2 blocks, pink concrete and pink concrete powder. For the first block we're using, once again, we're going to start with pink concrete, and so we're going to fly to the top of the build, and we're going to fly to the top right corner. So in that right corner, in this hair strip right here, which is that corner right there. So flying in towards here. Once you've flown in towards this top right corner, with our pink concrete, we're going to place 3 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, and 3, just like so. Once you've done this, do a bottom left diagonal from here, and there we go. From this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 10 going underneath here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And there we go. Once you place 10 underneath, do another bottom left diagonal from here, just like so. And then from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place 9 going underneath from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there you go. Once you've done that right there, we're then going to zoom out. So as you can see, that pink concrete all the way connects to the very bottom of the black concrete right there. And taking out our pink concrete powder, once again on the left hand side, we're just going to mark pink concrete powder on the left hand side of the pink concrete. So we're just going to mark this out quickly. And there we go. So as you can see, pink concrete powder is going on the left hand side right there, and pink concrete is going to go in the right in that little section and that line down there. Once we've done this, we're going to move over to the right. So we're just going to do the eyebrow quickly, as well as that's nice convenient colour, which is just pink concrete. So this section right here, as you can see, that's kind of going in a diagonal direction. That section right there is just going to be filled in all with pink concrete. Now we're not going to fill all of it in now. If you want to pause the video and fill it all in now, you can do that. If you want to make sure though that you're filling in the right area, I'm just going to fill in a bit at the bottom area, and I'm going to move to the next area because to save time in the video. But I will show everything filled in at the end as well. So if maybe you want to go to this point at that point at the end of the video, so you can see it all filled in, then you can do that. We're just going to fill a bit in there, as you can see. And there you go. So just that section there is pink concrete. Once again, if you want to fill it all in now, you can pause the video. Or if you just want to wait to the end, then you can do that instead. Once you have filled in that though, or filled in just a bit to mark it out, we're going to fly over to the right. And as you can see, this is the next hair strip going down right here. Once again in this area, we're going to be using our pink concrete and the pink concrete powder. And starting with our pink concrete, we're going to fly to the top right corner at the very top again. So all the way in that corner right there, as you can see, we're going to fly all the way into here. Once you've flown into this top right corner with our pink concrete, we're going to place 3 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. And once you place 3 to the left with our pink concrete, we're just going to go all the way down from here. So just go all the way down to hit the black concrete just like so. And as you can see, it should connect to that 4 black concrete that's going up right here. And at the bottom of that 4, it's got 1 going to the right. And once you have done that, we're going to take out our pink concrete powder. And once again, pink concrete powder is going to go all on the left hand side. So we're going to go all the way to the very bottom. And we're just going to mark that out. And there we go. So as you can see, pink concrete powder to the left hand side and pink concrete to the right. Once again, we're going to move over to the right. Before we move over to the right, we've got a bit more of the eyebrow right here, as you can see. This big section, once again, kind of going in a bottom right diagonal direction. That's all going to be pink concrete once again. So I'm just going to fill a bit at the bottom. Make sure you do fill a bit in the bottom as well, so you have that area marked out so you know what colour goes in that area. Again, you do have the option to pause the video and fill it all in now, but if you just want to do it like me and just fill a bit in and then fill it in later, that's perfectly fine. But definitely make sure that you fill in a bit just so you got it marked out. Now once you have marked it out or filled it in, we're going to move over to the right section. So over to here, once again we've got another hair strip coming down right here. And inside this hair strip, it's just going to be pink concrete powder. So we're going to do the same that we did with the eyebrow, and just going to fill a bit in at the bottom, so we got the area marked out, so we know what colour goes in this area. And that's probably enough right there. So as you can see, pink concrete powder is going all up there. And then our final little section on the left hand side here, as you can see, once again we've got part of the eyebrow right here inside that little small section. And once again, all pink concrete is going inside there. So we might as well fill all of this in as a little short area. And there you go. That's all filled in right there, as you can see. Once we have done this, we're now going to move over to the right hand side. And starting with the first eyebrow bit right here, once again, as you can see. A bit more of the eyebrow sticking out here. And once again in the eyebrow, we're just going to fill this all in with our pink concrete. So we're just going to fill all of this in. Now once again, I'm just going to fill the bottom though, just to save time. And you know what, we might as well fill it all in now, as we've kind of filled in a lot of it. And there you go. So as you can see, that's all filled in right there. Once you've done that, moving over to the right into this hair strip right here, as you can see going down. And this time we're going to start in the top left corner. So the reverse of that side. And starting in the top left corner right here, we're going to fly into here. And with our pink concrete, we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place this 2 pink concrete to the right, with our pink concrete, we're just going to go all the way down right now with our pink concrete. Oh, not from there. And there we go. As you can see, that pink concrete that you've placed all the way going down right there connects to the second very bottom line on the left hand side. Or essentially the very bottom one on the left hand side, but you got this middle one right here. And once you have done this with our pink concrete powder, we're just going to mark on the right hand side of the pink concrete. We're just going to go all the way up here. And there we go. So as you can see, pink concrete powder on the right, pink concrete on the left right here. Once you've done this, moving over to the right, once again we got part of the eyebrow right here, as you can see. And once again inside here, it's just going to be all pink concrete. So we're just going to fill the bottom line in. So I'm just going to start from the top, and I'm just basically going to go down this bottom line just to mark a bit out. And there we go. So as you can see, pink concrete is going all inside there. Once you've done this, moving over to the right, once again into this hair section right here, as you can see, it's kind of going down into the eye. Inside this section, we're going to do a bit of marking out, and we're just going to take out our pink concrete powder. And literally pink concrete powder is going all inside this middle section right here. So all inside this hair strip right here is going to be pink concrete powder. So we're just going to fill a bit in the bottom. And there you go. There's everything filled in right there. Once we've done that, we're going to move over to the next section. So moving over to the right, once again we have a bit of the eyebrow going down right here. And once again, it's just going to be all filled in with our pink concrete. And you can fill all this in you want, as it is a small section. And there you go. So that's all of that filled in right there. Now then, once we have done this, we're going to move over to the final hair section. Moving over to the right here into this strip here. Taking out our pink concrete, we're going to fly to the top left corner again. So in this top left corner, flying in with our pink concrete, we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you place 2 to the right, then with our pink concrete, we're just going to go all the way underneath from the second one. And there you go. As you can see, you should connect to the very bottom black concrete line right here. So not the very bottom to the point where it's in the middle, just the one on the left right here, as you can see. Once you have done this though, taking out our pink concrete powder from the very bottom to this 3 right here, just going to go all the way up top and mark on the right hand side of the pink concrete. And there you go. As you can see, we should be looking like that right there. So pink concrete powder on the right, and our pink concrete going in the left section right there. Now then, once we have done this, we're going to move over to the eye section. So first thing first, I think we're going to do the healing mark first. So we'll move on to the eye after we do the healing mark. And we're just going to zoom out, and we're going to fly to the left hand side. We're just going to start with the left, go to the right, as that's what we usually do. So flying over to the left, for the 2 colours we're going to need in the healing mark section, we're going to need our grey concrete, and we're also going to need our black concrete powder. So take out those 2 blocks, and there we go. So then once you have taken out these 2 blocks, first block we're going to start with is our grey concrete. Once again, make sure you're flying over to the left hand side. And we're going to start with the very bottom bit right here. So this section that's going up right here. As you can see, what I'm looking at right here. So this black concrete line going up here. And that one going there. And inside this section right here, it's going to be all grey concrete going inside here. So once again, I'm just going to mark a bit at the bottom. Make sure you mark a bit at the bottom. Or again, if you want to pause the video and fill it all in now, you can do that. But I recommend just filling in a bit now, and then you can do that at the end of the video. And there we go. So we've got a bit marked out right there, as you can see. So grey concrete, once again, it's going all inside here. Once you've done this, we're then going to move up a bit. So we're going to move into the next section. That is right here. And there we go. Once we move over to this section right here, for the section that we're going to go off for the next part where the mark is, we're going to be going in this small section right here. And then we're going to that section there, and then that section there. So this is the mark right here. So 1, 2, and 3 there. So starting with the first section, which is from this line to this line right here. Taking our black concrete powder, we're going to fly to the very bottom right corner right here. So to that very bottom right corner, we're going to place one black concrete powder going in this very bottom right corner, just like so. So as you can see, we should be looking like this right here. Once you've done that, take out your grey concrete, place one going to the left from the black concrete powder, just like so. Once you've done this, do an up left diagonal. Then from this up left diagonal, place one on top. Then from this one you place on top, do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you've done this, as you can see, black concrete powder is going to go on the right hand side right here. Grey concrete is going to go on the left. So taking out our black concrete powder, we're just going to mark out on the right hand side of the grey concrete. And there you go. So as you can see, black concrete powder is going all to the right, and the grey concrete is going all to the left. Once we've done this, moving over to the next section above it, into this section right here, as you can see. So from this line right here to that line right there, we're going to take out our grey concrete, and we're going to fly to the very bottom left corner. So this spot right here, flying into here. Once we've flown to here, we're going to take out our grey concrete, and we're going to place 2 going to the right from here. So 1 and 2. Once you place 2 to the right, place 1 on top, then fly underneath by 1, so back down to this bottom right corner, and then place 1 to the right. And there you go. Once you've done this, take out your black concrete powder, and black concrete powder is going to go all on the right in the rest of this section. So we're just going to mark on top of the grey concrete and to the right of it, just like so, and there you go. So as you can see, we already filled in all the grey concrete there, and black concrete powder is going to go all in the right into this section. Now once we've done this, we're then going to fly up a bit, and we actually got 2 sections to do now. So inside this section right here, it's just going to be all grey concrete inside here, as you can see above the eyebrow. So all grey concrete's in there, so we're just going to fill a bit in the bottom. And there we go. Once we've done that, we're going to zoom out. Then we're going to fly over to the right a bit. So we got a little section right here to the right of the hair strip, which is part of the mark as well. And with our grey concrete, we're going to fly to the very top right corner. So into this very top right corner right here. And once you've flown to this very top right corner, with our grey concrete, we're going to place 2 going to the left from here. So 1 and 2. Once you've done this, do a bottom left diagonal. And then from this bottom left diagonal, place 1 to the left. Then from this one you place to the left, do an up left diagonal. And there you go. Once you've done this up left diagonal, you can place 2 going to the right to fill this gap in. So 1 and 2. And then once you've done that, take out your black concrete. And black concrete is going to go all to the left to the rest of this section. So we're just going to mark out on the left hand side. And we do need to fill up a bit here because black concrete powder is just going to fall to the ground right there. And then also this bottom left corner right here, as you can see, this is part of this section. So it is also just black concrete powder as well inside there. So if you just want to fill it in, and if you want to fill all of it in now, just like I did, you can do that right there as well. But once we have done this, we're then going to move over to the right hand side and start with that marked area next. So flying over to the right hand side, once again, we're going to take out our grey concrete. And as you can see, this side actually is a bit more visible for the mark than the other side. The other side is a bit harder to see, but this one will be a bit easier to see on here. But once we have moved over to the right, same as the last time, at the very bottom section right here. So that line to that line, grey concrete is all inside here. Once again, just fill a bit at the bottom to mark out that area, so you know what colour goes into here. If you want to pause the video, you can pause the video and fill it all in. And there we go. So once again, grey concrete all inside here. Once we have done this, we're then going to move above the eye. There we go then. So once you've flown over to the top of the eye right here, we've got a couple of sections right here to do. So we've got 4 sections. We've got this one to the right here. Then we've got the second one here, third one, and the fourth one. And the first one we're going to start with is we're going to start with this first one to the right here. And we're going to take out our grey concrete. And we're going to fly all the way to this 2 that's floating right here, going in a up left diagonal direction. So as you can see that 2 right there, we're going to fly to that 2. And for the area that we're going to go off the 2, we're going to go off the bottom of this 2, so this very bottom piece right here. And once you've flown to the bottom of that 2 with our grey concrete, we're going to place one going to the left from here, just like so. Once you've done this, do a bottom left diagonal from here, and there you go. Once in that bottom left diagonal, we're going to take out our black concrete, and black concrete is just going to go on top of this grey concrete. So we're just going to mark it all out inside here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Just going to quickly break these. This usually happens quite a lot. Concrete powder always falls to the ground if you accidentally misplace it in front of the design. But there you go. As you can see, black concrete powder is going all up in there, and grey concrete is going to go all underneath in this section right here. Once we've done this, we're then going to move over to the left into this small section right here, as you can see. So from that line to that line right there, black concrete powder is going to go all inside this section right here. So we're just going to fill in the bottom bit at the bottom. And there you go. So if you do want to fill it all in, you can do that and pause the video. But moving on to the next section above it, once again in this section as well, just going to be all black concrete powder. So we're just going to mark a bit at the bottom. And once again I've misplaced, which I'm just going to leave at that time. I'll come back for that later on at the end of the video. But there we go. As you can see, black concrete powder is going on the side there. And moving on to the little final section right here, so this section right here, taking out our grey concrete, we're going to fly to the very kind of bottom right corner on this line. So we're not starting in the very bottom right corner, we're just going to start on this very top line right here, as you can see. So this 3 line right here, and we're going to start to the very left of the 3, so to this point right here with our grey concrete. We're going to place 2 grey concrete going up from this point right here, so 1 and 2, and there you go. As you can see, we should be looking like that right there. Once you place that 2 grey concrete on top, do an up left diagonal, and from that up left diagonal, we're going to place 2 on top. So 1 and 2, and there you go. Once you've done this, we're then going to take out our black concrete powder, and we're just going to place black concrete powder on the right hand side of the grey concrete. Now once you've done this, we actually do have a little another area that I forgot that we do have. And inside this small section right here, we got another colour, and we're actually going to need our light grey concrete powder. And we don't need to use it quite yet, but we will need it out. And taking out our grey concrete first, we're going to fly over to a certain section. So for the area that we're going to go off with our grey concrete, we're going to fly all the way over to the left in the top left corner right here. So flying all the way to this top left corner. Once we've flown to this top left corner, taking out our grey concrete, we're going to place 5 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there you go. Once you place 5 grey concrete going to the right here, we're then going to do 3 bottom right diagonals. So 1, and 2, and 3. And there you go. And this third bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, just like so. Then once you've done this, do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. Once you've done this, take out your light grey concrete powder and place 1 going to the left from this third upright diagonal, just like so. Once you've done this, do 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2. On the second bottom left diagonal, place 1 to the left, just like so. And then do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you've done this, take out your grey concrete, and all the rest inside this area up here is going to be filled in with grey concrete. So we're just going to fill this in, just like so, and there you go. So as you can see now, grey concrete is going to go all in the rest inside this area. So just a little bit of light grey concrete powder right there, which is actually part of Sakura's sweat in that design. Now, once we have done this little part right here, we're then going to zoom out and actually start onto the eye. So once again, zooming out, flying to the left hand side, we're going to take out a couple of blocks. We're going to take out our snow, our light grey concrete powder, and our green concrete, and we're also going to need our green concrete powder as well. And also, one more block we're also going to be needing. We're also going to be needing our birch as well, as we do have a couple of light grey concrete powder where basically birch is needed, because otherwise the light grey concrete powder will just fall to the ground out of place. So first thing first, we're actually going to cap off those areas in the left eye where the light concrete powder is going to fall. So taking out our birch planks, we're going to fly to the very left hand side, and as you can see, we've got this gap in the eye right here. If you can't tell, this is a gap from the eye right here, and we're going to be flying to this one bottom right diagonal from the two right here of the black concrete. So as you can see, we got a 2 right there, and we got a bottom right diagonal right there. We're going to be flying to that bottom right diagonal right there, so flying over to here. And once you've flown over to here with our birch plank, we're going to place one going underneath here, just like so. Once you've done this, do a bottom right diagonal from here, and there you go. Once you've done this, we're going to zoom out. So we're done with that little part right there, and then we want to fly all the way over to the right hand side. So as you can see, we got a gap right here as well, and we're going to be flying to this 2 sticking out to the right here. So as you can see, that 2 sticking out to the right there, we're going to fly in that very bottom left corner of that 2. So the first one sticking out to the right, and with our birch planks. So then once you have flown to the first of this 2 right here, we're going to place one birch wood plank on top of the first of the 2, just like so. Once you place that one on top, we're going to do an upright diagonal. And then this time we're going to place one on top. And there we go. Once you've done this, we're then going to fly over to the left, and we're going to take out our snow. So we're going to fill out the snow first, as the light grey concrete powder will just fall to the ground, so it'll be easier to use our snow. And for the area that I'm going to start off with the snow, we're going to fly all the way over to the left again. And for the first area, we'll start with the snow. As you can see, we've got this one big line going across right here, and flying all the way to the left. Starting in this very bottom left corner right here, we're going to take out our snow, and we're going to place one in this very bottom left corner right there. So as you can see, we should be looking like that right there. Once you've done this very bottom left corner right here, place that one snow in there. We're then going to do 4 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there you go. Should be looking like that right there. On this 4th up left diagonal, place one on top, and do another up left diagonal, then place another one on top. And once you place this one on top, do an upright diagonal, just like so. And from this upright diagonal, place 3 to the right. So 1, 2, and 3. And then do another upright diagonal, and this time place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And there you go. Once you've done this, taking our light grey concrete powder. Light grey concrete powder is going to go all to the left of the snow right here. And that's also going to go inside this section up here as well. So just placing light grey concrete powder to the left, which is kind of awkward a bit, as it is an annoying block to use, concrete powder. It always falls to the ground. But there you go. And if you want, you can fill a bit in this line as well, just so you know it goes up in here. Now then, once you've done this, we're going to fly to the right hand side. Once again, taking out our snow. And we're going to start on this very big line again to make it as easy as possible. And flying all the way to the very right. We're not going to start on the very right block. We're going to start one away from the very right end. So to this one right here, as you can see. And we're just going to place 2 snow going up from here. So 1 and 2, just like so. So once again, the second one from the very right end right here. So the very end of it should be left with nothing on there right now. And we should have 2 snow on the second one to the very right end. Once you've done this, we're then going to place 1 snow going to the left from here, just like so. Then we're going to do 2 up left diagonals, so 1 and 2. And the second up left diagonal, we're then going to place 3 to the left, so 1, 2, and 3. Once you've done this, do another up left diagonal, then place 2 to the left, so 1 and 2, and there we go. Once we've done this, we're then going to take out our light grey concrete powder. And the light grey concrete powder is going to go on the right hand side of the snow and above it. So just going to fill it out right here. And there we go. So also make sure you fill out the birch as well. Just going to do it on the left hand side as well. Oh, actually we've already done it. And also flying back over to the right here of the eye, we also got this little section above it as well. This is also light grey concrete powder as well, just for those that are wondering. So inside here is also going to be a light grey concrete powder. And there you go. Now then, once we've done this, we're actually going to move on to the actual eye itself. So for the actual eyeball, taking out our snow, we're going to start with the snow first, as we have a little 2 sections for the snow. We'll do the first section first. And flying kind of inside the eye, for the section that we're going to start off with, we're going to start with this 3 that's sticking out to the left and right here from the right hand side. So as you can see, we've got this 3 black concrete sticking out to the left right here. We're going to be flying to the very right of that 3, so not the very left end, the very right to where the first one of the 3 is. And once we've flown to here with our snow, we're going to place one going underneath the very third one, or the very first one actually. And there you go. Once you place that snow underneath right there, as you can see, should be looking like that. We're then going to place one snow to the left. Once you've done this, take out your green concrete and place one underneath. Then from this one you place underneath, we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. On this third bottom left diagonal, we're then going to place 4 going to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then once you place 4 to the left, do an up left diagonal. Then place 1 to the left. And from this one you place to the left, do 2 up left diagonals. So 1, and 2, and the second up left diagonal, place 1 on top, and then do another up left diagonal, and then place another 1 on top, and there you go. Now we're not going to mark out the green concrete powder yet, as there is a couple more things that we do need to do, but once we have done this, we are going to zoom out a bit. And for the next area that we're going to start with, we're actually going to fly above that one green concrete that we just placed on top. So to this black concrete right here, as you can see, and then once we've flown to this black concrete right here with our green concrete, we're just going to place 1 on top of it, inside that gap. Once you've done this, then going to take out our snow, and we're going to do an upright diagonal from here. So from that green concrete, just like so, we've done an upright diagonal with our snow. And once you've done an upright diagonal, place 1 to the right. Once you place this 1 to the right, take out your green concrete, place 1 on top, then fly underneath by 1, so back to the snow, but still with our green concrete. We're going to place 1 underneath the snow, this time, just like so. So we should be looking like that. Once you place 1 underneath, place 1 to the right. And there we go. Once you place 1 to the right, do a bottom right diagonal. Then from this bottom right diagonal, place 1 underneath. And then do 2 bottom right diagonals. So 1 and 2. And there we go. From that second bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. And then once you've done this, do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and then finally but not least, from the second upright diagonal, place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, and 3, and there we go. Once we've done this, we're then going to go and explain a couple of things. So first thing first, taking out our green concrete powder, we're going to mark out a couple of areas. And if you can't tell where we're going to be marking out, we're going to be marking out in between these 2 green concrete lines. So above this bottom line that we first did, and underneath the second line that we just did right now. So inside this section, it's going to be all green concrete powder, and we're pretty much going to fill most of this in, as we do kind of want to mark it out. And as you know, we can't place concrete powder underneath things like that with nothing underneath it. So that's why we're going to probably fill out all the green concrete powder, but we won't fill in the green concrete. And as you can tell, green concrete will go above all in the rest of these sections and underneath in these small gaps right here. But filling out most of the green concrete powder. So we cap off every area. Also be careful with placing your green concrete powder, just because it might fall to the ground, which isn't a major issue, but it's kind of just annoying when you place it wrong. Well, personally I definitely find it annoying when I do it, because I always have to fly back down. And so there you go, as you can see, our green concrete powder has been filled all in the middle, just like so. And all the rest is green concrete above in there, as I already said, and underneath inside there. Once again, if you want to fill it in now, you can pause the video and fill it all in now. Or if you want to wait until mine's filled in, which you will see at the end of the video, and have that as a reference, then you can do that then. But once we have done this, we're going to move over to the right eye now. So flying over to the right hand side. Once again, we're going to start with our snow and light grey concrete powder, again on the right hand side. And we're also going to need our birch wood planks again, and this time we're also going to need our quartz as well. But starting with our birch wood planks, or actually starting with our light grey concrete powder, we're going to fly all the way to the left hand side. And as you can see, we've got these 3 bottom left diagonals of black concrete right here. And we want to fly to the very 3rd bottom left diagonal. And with our light grey concrete powder, we're just going to place one going underneath. And as you can see, that one you place underneath is also on top of this very one that's sticking out to the left right here of the black concrete. And taking out our birch wood planks, we're just going to place one going to the left of the light grey concrete powder. And there you go. Once you've done this, we're going to fly all the way to the right and take out our quartz. And as you can see, we've got one gap right here. Once again, we're going to fly to the 3 upright diagonals this time. So as you can see, we've got 3 upright diagonals right here. We're going to be flying to the 3rd one. And with our block of quartz, we're just going to do an upright diagonal with our block of quartz to connect to this another upright diagonal, the black concrete right there. And there we go. We're done with that part right there. So then, once we have marked out that quartz right there, we're going to take out our light grey concrete powder. And we're going to fly all the way to the left hand side. So we're going to fly to this one light grey concrete powder that we placed going underneath right here. Flying over to this point right here. With our light grey concrete powder, we're going to place another 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2 and 3, just like so. Once we've done this, take out your snow and place 1 to the right of that 3 light grey concrete powder that we just placed going to the right. And there you go. Once you've done this, we're then going to place 1 snow on top of here. And there you go. Once you place 1 snow on top, place 1 to the left, and then fly back into the right by 1, so back to this upright corner, and then we're going to do 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2, and there you go. In the second upright diagonal, place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2, and then do another upright diagonal. This time place 1 to the right, and then do another upright diagonal, and then place 3 to the right. So 1, 2 and 3, and there you go. Once you've done this, taking out our light grey concrete powder. As you can see, light grey concrete powder is just going to go all on top of the snow. Also, inside this small gap up here as well, light grey concrete powder is also going all inside here. So just fill that in, and then on top of the snow, filling out our light grey concrete powder. And there you go. Once you've done this, we're going to fly all the way over to the right with our light grey concrete powder starting off again. And as you can see, we've got this flat 2 on this black concrete right here. So as you can see, this flat 2, we're going to fly to the left of that 2. And with our light grey concrete powder, we're just going to place 1 going to the left from there. And there we go. Which should be looking like that right there. Once you've done this, take out our snow and place 1 snow going to the left of this light grey concrete powder. Just like so. Once you've done this, do 2 upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. On the second upright diagonal, place 1 to the right. Then do another upright diagonal. Then place 1 to the right. Just like so. And then do another upright diagonal. And place another 1 to the right. Just like so. And then once you place this 1 to the right, do an upright diagonal from here. And there we go. On this upright diagonal, we're then going to place 3 on top of here. So 1, 2 and 3. Just like so. Once you place 3 on top, do an up left diagonal, and from this up left diagonal, we're just going to place all the way to the left until we hit the black concrete, just like so. And as you can see, that one that you place all the way to the left of that snow, it also connects underneath this 2, just like so here as well. Now, once again, taking our light grey concrete powder, as you can see, light grey concrete powder is going to go all on top of the snow and to the right, and also underneath in that section right there as well. So I'm just going to start marking underneath. And then we're just going to mark going up, and then on top, and there you go. And also this top section, as you can see right here, is also light grey concrete powder. So we just want to fill the top row just like so, and there you go. And as you can tell, it also is on this other side here, and I just want to mark it on top of this quartz just so you don't get confused as well. And there you go. So then, once you have done this, once again, we're going to move over to the eye section. This time we are going to start with our green concrete. So for the area that we're going to start off here, as we don't really have a most solid area to start off with, we're going to fly to the very top right corner in this section right here. So as we don't really have a solid kind of section to start off this time, we're going to be kind of flying to the center of the eye. So these black concrete right here, as you can see, this is kind of the center ball of the eye right here. There's these black concrete sticking underneath. And we're going to be flying to that one black concrete that's just sticking underneath right here from the two that's got one to the right and one to the left. So with the one sticking underneath right there, flying to here, while green concrete, we're going to place one going underneath here. And there we go. As you can see, we should be looking like that right there. So that's where we're starting from if anyone is confused. So flying back to that green concrete, we're then going to place one to the right from here, just like so. Once you've done this, do two upright diagonals. So 1 and 2. And there you go. The second upright diagonal, place 2 to the right. So 1 and 2. Just like so. Once you've done this, do a bottom right diagonal. Now from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 2 going underneath from here. So 1 and 2. Once you've done this, do a bottom left diagonal. Now from this bottom left diagonal, take out our snow. Place 1 snow going underneath. And then we're going to place 1 to the left. And then once you place that 1 snow to the left, take out your green concrete again. And place 1 underneath. And there you go. Once you've done this, place 2 to the left. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to place 1 underneath. And then once you place 1 underneath, we're going to place 4 to the left from here. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we're going to do an up left diagonal. From the sub left diagonal, we're going to place 1 to the left. And then we're going to do 2 up left diagonals. So 1 and 2. Oh, didn't mean to destroy the black concrete there. Right, and then continue back on. So from that second up left diagonal you did right there, we're then going to place 1 on top, just like so. And then we're going to do another up left diagonal. And from the sub left diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top. Then from this one you place on top, we're going to place 2 to the right, so 1 and 2. Then from the second one you place to the right, we're then going to place 1 on top. And then we're going to take out our snow, and we're going to place 1 snow on top of the green concrete, and then 1 to the right. And then once we've done this, we're going to take out our green concrete. We're going to place 1 on top of the snow, and then we're going to go all the way to the right to hit that black concrete. Then flying to the right again inside this line, also just going to fill it all in with green concrete, just like so. And then once you've done this, we're going to zoom out, fly over to the left of the snow, that 2 section right there, fill all of that in with green concrete as well. And then once you've done this, we're going to fly back to the green concrete that we just went up by into this section. So the 2 that we placed to the right here, as you can see, so back to that point. And once you've flown back to here, we're going to place another green concrete to the right from here, just like so. Then do a bottom right diagonal. And then finally, but not least, from this bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right. 1 and 2, and there you go. And once you have connected this area right there, that means you've done everything correctly so far. And taken out our green concrete powder. Green concrete powder is going to go all in the middle of the green concrete once again, just like the other side. So from on top of this green concrete line that we first did at the bottom right here, and then this green concrete line at the top right here, green concrete powder is going to go underneath there. So once again, I'm just going to fill it all in, as we can't really mark it underneath the top line. So to make it less confusing as possible, just going to fill in all the green concrete powder. Again, you can pause the video right now if you want to, and fill in the green concrete as well. But you don't have to, and you can just wait to the end. And there we go. So as you can see, green concrete is going to go all in the rest of the areas. Now, once we've done this, we are going to move on to the final sections, which there is a lot, which I think we actually might leave it into another part, as there is quite a lot to do, to be honest, and this video is already 55 minutes long already without it being edited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill everything in now. Oh wow, essentially we're going to zoom out, and I'm going to fly into the left, and we're going to fill everything in. And we're going to leave the just texture for the face in another part, which it might be a short part, but I will leave it for another part, as we have done a lot today, and it will be a lot easier to separate that. So without further ado, flying over to the left hand side, we are going to fill in the hair first. So just flying to the left right here. Right, I'm going to give you 2 options now. For those that usually do my builds, you probably know what I'm going to say. So your first option is you can have a pause the video right now to fill everything in yourself, or if you want a reference to basically make sure you don't go wrong, then you can pause the video right now. And there we go. So as you can see, we've filled in all the areas now. So once again, as you can see on the left side right here, we filled all pink concrete powder on the left hand side and pink concrete all on the right. If you haven't completed this area yet, make sure to go and pause the video and fill it in this area. If you already have, moving over to the right, you can pretty much see everything else as this is a smaller build, so we can pretty much get most of the details in one shot here. Closely zoomed in. So as you can see in all the hair strips, in the first two next hair strips, we've got pink concrete powder on the left and our pink concrete to the right in both of those next hair strips. And then the one on the very right end over here, as you can see, that is all just pink concrete as well. All in the eyebrow in section 1, 2 and 3 at the end, that is all pink concrete. And good looking at the bottom right here, as you can see, we filled in all the grey concrete in this area. Once again, pause the video at any time just to get a nice point, just so you can complete that area. Or if you've already had to complete this area, then it doesn't matter too much. But for those that haven't completed it yet, just pause the video at any time where it's suitable for you. As you can see in the eye though, we have filled in all the snow in the outside or the inside. And light grey concrete powder has been filled all on the left hand side and the right hand side right there. You can also see we filled in all the rest of the green concrete, just like so, which we already did the powder. And then moving up, as you can see, grey concrete's all been to the left, our black concrete powder all to the right. The same with the next section above, black concrete powder all to the right. We already did all the grey concrete, as it was only a little bit. And in the top bit, we filled it all in with our grey concrete. And then moving over to the right, all the black concrete powder has been filled to the left. Now once we have done all of this, we're going to move over to the next side. So once again, if you haven't done any of these areas yet, make sure to pause the video and fill in these areas. If you already have, moving over to the next side. And there we go. So again, once again, just pause the video at any time to complete any of these areas. You can see all the pink concrete's been filled in all the eyebrow again. And pink concrete to the left in this hair strip. Pink concrete powder to the right. And then the other hair strip over here. Pink concrete to the left. And our pink concrete powder to the right again. And then down to the bottom. Once again, all grey concrete's been filled inside there. All the snow's been filled on the inside. Our light grey concrete powder's been filled to the right. And to the left over here. We filled in all the rest of the green concrete, and then moving up here, as you can see to the right, we filled in all the grey concrete, and to the left in these two sections, we filled in all the black concrete powder, and then moving up to the final section over here at the top of the 100 healing mark, you can see we filled in all the grey concrete, and there we go. That is pretty much everything done right there. So not actually a lot to fill in, but there was definitely a lot of marking out. As you can see, the next part that would be filling in is definitely the big section, and there's quite a lot of areas to mark, because you can probably see we got a lot of areas that are kind of capped off in certain sides, like there, up there, we got like 3 sections up there, and then another one on the right there. So there's quite a lot to do in the next part. Once we do the next part, which we're probably going to release really soon, I might even do that today, as well as it will be a short part, and then we're moving on to Sasuke in the next tutorial. But without further ado, that is everything today so far, and I gotta say, it's actually looking pretty cool, even without the face being shaded in. I actually really like this, which is quite funny. But if you have enjoyed this build so far, feel free to go and hit that like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, make sure to go and subscribe, it's much appreciated and helps out a lot. And without further ado, I will see you in the next one. So peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.